All right, we got an awesome edition of the Walking Strong podcast. Hey, Dak, you want to say anything?
What's up, Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and I just wanted to help Bill and Billy introduce two great SMU legends, Shane Buechele and James Proche. I know y'all enjoy it, so pony up, and I'm out.
There we go.
Oh, Dak, okay, you earned it, baby.
Oh, thank you.
It's a world-class wine.
Thank you
so much, guys.
This is the On the Pony Express podcast, hosted by Billy Embody, brought to you by Epic Estate Wines. Walking strong on the Pony Express, a weekly segment with SMU alum, owner, vintner of Epic Estate Wines, Bill Armstrong. Epic Estate Wines, world-class wines from Paso Robles wine country. Learn more, Epic, EPOCH, epicwines.com. And now your host. Billy Embody.
1, 2, 3, let me go.
Wow. You never know who you'll run into.
I tell you, Armstrong Fieldhouse is the place.
It's the place.
People just come here all the time. It's just another day at the Fieldhouse.
Well, we've got two legends of SMU's campus, like Dak said earlier. Shane Buechele, James Proche. James, second appearance on the podcast.
Oh, back by popular demand.
This took way too long, man. Too long for me to be on here, but I'm excited to be here, man. Excited.
It's fun.
Well, where do we want to start?
I'm going to start with the wine.
Of course.
Okay,
the number one wine. For the
you know what? We had this wine a month or so ago with Natty because he was on here, but I got to show it again. It is the number one rosé in the world,
the best.
And hey, James, you're my intern for 2 years. You want to introduce the wine?
Okay, so let me give y'all the specs. All right, so we have a rosé from the Willow Creek District. It's 63% Mourvedre, 26% Grenache, and 11% Syrah. Beautiful blend by our winemaker, Jordan Fiorentini. She's the GOAT, man, and the work speaks for itself.
I'm gonna tell Jordan you called her a goat.
She is, bro. She's truly one of one.
Oh, she's the goat, not a goat. Okay,
the GOAT. You know what? Man, I ain't gonna let you showing your age right now.
I know exactly what, because you refer to yourself in the third person as the goat. So
right.
Here we go.
Appreciate you.
that form.
Awesome.
That was a lot of big words you just said. A lot of big words. I'm growing my wine tasting, so I'm working on it.
I tell you, he's one of my best interns I've ever had.
I love it,
two
man.
summers.
I love
Listen,
it.
if you want to make it next summer, you can do it too.
I'm there.
It'd be so fun.
I'm
and then
there.
that could just roll off your tongue like no big deal. Like
that's what we
Mourvedre,
need.
Syrah,
So what's funny,
Grenache.
in Buffalo, we have these QB dinners, and we have a bottle of wine every dinner. And I'm the sommelier. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And so apparently, so it was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. But as I'm tasting it, I'm doing this whole thing, and I'm looking at it, and I taste it, and at the end I think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. But then I have to look at everybody else's faces to make sure that it is good, because I don't really know. So I'm working on it, man.
One thing I've learned about wine is half of it's just faking it.
Right.
Just fake it.
Right.
Yeah.
Not this stuff though.
No, this is real deal.
This is the best.
This is a real deal. So, anyway, listen, we have got so much to talk about, and I don't even know where to begin, Billy. I mean, let's talk about their run at SMU first. You want to?
Yeah, let's start off there, and we'll get to that Tulsa game because we've gotten James' side of it. Want to get yours, the overtime thriller, of course, and that comeback. But Shane, you came here as a transfer, and now it's just so common in the game. Coach Lashlee was a part of that process. This is back when Sonny Dykes was here. What did you see in Coach Lashlee's offense when you were going through that transfer process, and what's it like playing for Coach Lashlee?
Yeah, I loved Coach Lashlee during that recruiting process. So it's a little bit different once you're in the portal. It was like the first year of the portal. So we still didn't really know like how to work it, how to do anything. There's no NIL. So it's like you come on a visit, and it's not like a high school visit. I didn't want to put on all the jerseys and take all the pictures and all that. It was like, look, how can I help the offense? How can you guys help me? And how can we get this thing going? And this was the place. Lashlee did a great job. Kind of laying out the blueprint of what he wanted to do and what the offense does. And I knew the offense could be explosive, and it was explosive before I got here. And they just need a little bit of jazz in there. And I'm happy that I could be it. But the pieces were already there with starting with James. And man, it was a lot of fun.
Did I show you this football? So Rhett gave me this after he left to go to Miami.
Yeah.
Legendary.
And I was absolutely like sick that he left. I was so sad. But this is the record set in the 2019 year. That's your first year here. That's your last year here.
Sir. Yes, sir.
And look at that, 42 points a game, 500 yards per game. It was sick.
Total yards.
It was sick.
It's a lot of fun.
Those are all
Rushing
records.
touchdowns.
It was a
Shout
lot
out
of
to
fun.
Xavier Jones and the running backs.
100%.
Passing touchdowns. Shout out to this guy. First downs. Shout out to the team. What else we got? What's that last one? And total touchdowns.
Total touchdowns.
73
leading
total
receiver
touchdowns.
and all that too. So
It was unbelievable.
He was all right.
Yeah.
He was all right.
And then I just got this thing signed by Rhett, and then Channel 3, James Proche, and of course, Shane, the man, Buechele. So that's very cool. You guys got to
There we
get
go.
one.
I know. I need one of those.
You need one of those.
Yeah.
Go right
the
now.
weapons that you had, how fun was that? Is it just pick your poison? And
Man,
for the
100%.
defense?
It was, for me, it was just get the ball in their hands and let them do what they do, man. It was so much fun, and it made it easy on me. So
Dude, it was not easy on you because you got your clock clean so many times.
a couple times.
Our offensive line is so much better now. I mean, I think he had a bunch of like Fijis or something blocking for you.
Stop. We had grinders, man. We had grinders.
Grinders. They did come a long way though since then.
Yeah,
It's
it was fun, man. A lot of fun.
What do you see from SMU now that they're in the ACC? How much of a difference does that make in your eyes when looking at acquiring offensive skill players and quarterbacks that want to play in Coach Lashlee's system? I mean, do you hear anything, kind of the buzz around SMU?
That's a huge thing that happened, man. I know we were even working on it whenever I was here, and I know the steps. It takes a long time, man, and all the TV deals and all the stuff that happens behind the scenes. I know it's tough, but being in the ACC is huge, not just for the football program, but in recruiting in general. I know my thing coming from Texas, I wanted to go to a Power 5 school once I entered the transfer portal, and just things happened, and then I found this place, and it was a gold mine once I came here, which I'm so happy I did. It was a blessing. But now that it is Power 5 and it has that name on it, I think that just helps the school recruiting so much more. And we've already seen it. We have more 4-star guys than we ever have. And
I think this is the highest number of 4-stars ever, right?
It's the highest
Which
is
recruiting
huge.
class
Since the
ever.
death penalty, yeah.
which
Yeah.
is huge.
It's rolling right now.
And it's still rolling in. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what's thing. I mean, you update everybody once every few days on your website.
A lot of work this summer.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
You're busy.
It means
Yes,
that
sir.
they're doing well, and
Yes,
it's for the most part good news. And they've been building towards this. Whether it be coming in and addressing transfer portal needs, and that goes back years now. But they've just been able to find the right pieces. And I think instead of star chasing, they do a nice combination of getting guys who are highly talented and have great potential and are highly rated, as well as finding guys that they trust their own evals. And, you look at what they put together for you guys, with going after Danny Gray, grabbing Reggie out of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Right.
Even Xavier Jones was kind of slept on and coming out of high school, and Braden West, so it's just
you sent some names right there.
100%.
there's been, the skill position run is something that's been really impressive at SMU. Do you see, do you know Preston and Kevin, and have you talked with them a good bit, Shane?
Preston a little bit more than Kevin, but at the end of the year last year when Kevin was playing, I hit him up a couple times and just congratulated him, and he played
He's a good
awesome,
guy.
man.
Good
He played
kid.
great, and coming in
Yeah.
as a freshman doing that, I know it's tough, man.
We have a legit quarterback battle at SMU,
which is great, man.
It's
I'm
really
all for a
fantastic.
battle, and
Yep.
it'll bring the best out of everybody. And so I think Preston's a really good player. He's smart, savvy, has played a lot of football, but the flashes that Kevin showed last year was really exciting. So it'll be fun seeing it in fall camp and see how
agree.
it goes.
We'll cap the SMU, or at least the playing career for the most part with this. What was your vantage point like in the Tulsa game? What were the conversations coming to the sideline and sitting there and trying to figure out how you're going to overcome that?
Oh man,
I mean, we can talk about TCU as well.
Oh yeah, no, that's probably my favorite game of all time was the TCU game, just because at Texas I never beat them, and then coming here, understanding the rivalry here, and then going to their house and beating them was something. Was awesome. Was a great feeling, and being able to have the ball in our hands and take a knee on their field was a lot of fun. But
Levine closing that one out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The bowling ball.
Yeah.
I
The
love
bowling
him.
ball. I'm going to miss him. He was so much fun. Hey, so what was your most memorable play? We got James's, which was the triple overtime
100%.
toe tap.
Man.
By the way,
that's the one.
How many times did they have to replay that before they realized you were? Did you know you were in?
I knew I was.
He knew.
I
did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
So for me, I threw it and can't see over the offensive line, so I can't see where he's at. I just threw it to a spot, and I was like, man, that looked like it was out of bounds. And he got up, like, obviously how he always does, thinking he caught it. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't know how to take that because he also does that every time. So I don't know if he's out of bounds or not. So the replay goes, and I see the toe drag, and I'm like, yeah,
that's
he
tough.
did it. But man, that was
unbelievable.
That
I mean, we were down 28 points.
Yeah, 28 points in the fourth. And I think the most special thing about it is when we saw the coverage, I looked at Shane, we looked at Rhett, he gave us the signal, and it was I knew
we knew
it was money.
We knew.
Money at that point.
Oh, no kidding! You made an audible out on the field.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
you
a
saw
check play.
you saw the cover and
Mhm.
said, okay, here we go.
Yep.
And that's all that time in the off season, just knowing where
Exactly.
you guys are going to be.
100%.
Exactly.
And that was the cool thing is I only got 1 year with him, but it didn't seem like that when we were on the field. It
I
seemed like
agree.
we were probably 3 or 4 years in, and
Did
it
you
was
just
all
did
the
you just
work.
every time you came out of the huddle, you just looked over to find out where James was? Because it seemed like you were
A lot of the time.
targeting him.
or Reggie,
a lot of
or
the time?
Branson.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Grant
when they would
Branson.
take him away, man, just like Billy was saying, we had so many weapons
Yeah.
and so many athletes, and when he wasn't open, it's because he was doubled. It wasn't because he was
Oh, he was tripled at
man.
times.
Yeah, exactly.
I
But
mean,
Reg would be running down the field wide open, and then Kylan would be, and then we'd have Tyler Page, and then if not, I'd just hand it off to X,
Right. And people
Yeah.
forget that was Rasheed Rice's freshman year. So
and he
his
showed
coming
up.
out party. Actually, that game
That
does
Memphis
not
game.
happen before Memphis.
Yeah.
That Tulsa game. That game, we don't even get to that point if Rasheed does not make a clutch third down catch
100%.
to get the first down. Might
Yeah.
have been fourth down. But
Yeah.
to be a freshman and just have the cojones to go and make that catch, man, you see what he's doing now. So it's really amazing.
I mean, I got
100%.
to ask you. Choice: James Proche, Rasheed Rice.
Reggie, Danny.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm going to make
Right.
it either.
I
or.
would be in
James.
10 personnel. I'd be in 10 personnel.
Zero running backs.
Zero, yeah, going empty.
One running back.
Honestly,
One running back.
we can go in empty. We can have X out there or Kylan, and then I'd have James, Reggie, Rasheed, and Danny,
Oh,
and one of those other two, and it'd be
It's like
a done deal, man. It'd be a done deal.
Unbelievable.
It'd be a lot of stats like what's on that football over there. So.
Yeah, I tell you, it was amazing. So let me tell you my favorite play. You won't remember it of your year,
Mhm.
and it was against Memphis.
Yep.
And
My
that was
punt? I punted it to
that, by,
the 3 yard line.
by the way, that was good.
Thank
That was
you.
good.
All right.
No,
Yeah,
the play I remember is here. It was it was the scores like what 54-50 or something in the fourth quarter. It was really close.
48, 54, 48.
And I was standing on the sidelines, and you were waiting to go in, and you just go, "Hey, Mr. Armstrong, this is fun." I mean, it was like the most
That's
casual.
great, man. That's
like
great.
it was like you were just like, "Hey, this is just a game."
It was fun, man. Like I said, that was that year. It was so much fun, and I didn't get to play in 2018 down at Texas, so it was like I found that love for the game again whenever I was
Right.
here in 2019, and
Yeah, you had some injuries there at Texas there for a while. You were kind of in
Couple.
1 week, out
Yep.
1 week.
Yep. Yep.
So
And then got to come here and just being around a good group of guys, man, and some of my best friends that I'll have for the rest of my life. So that's the word, man. It was fun. It was a blessing.
that
how
is
much
awesome.
did being around this level of talent and for everybody, I think in that group, help you guys make the transition to the NFL? And now you guys are multi-year veterans, and being able to stay in a league that is so competitive.
I mean, I think it's just the standard we hold each other to, man. Like, we never let each other slack, whether it was him coming to my house and we would shoot on this little goal in my house, on this little door in front of my laundry room for hours.
Hours.
But that was the standard, like, competition, greatness, like wanting to beat the best, wanting to win. And, like, we took that to the practice field, we took that to the game, and obviously we've taken that throughout our careers. How you do small things is how you do all things. and we really do not take the standard is the standard is the standard, no matter what you're doing. So,
100%. And I'd say just the standard and just how we work, man. It was really cool to see once I got here how these guys work, and I was just able to kind of implement some of the things that I do, and we'd be in watching film after practice, before practice. That's normal things to us, but we would just take it a step further and watch extra, or after class we would come back and watch film. And so it's just how we work, man. And in this league, you're right, it is competitive, it's tough, but it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing to be here. Year 4, year 5.
Are you on 4? And you're on 5.
Yep.
So James, tell everybody where you're at now. And you went from Baltimore. When we did the podcast up in that room, I guess when was that? It was before the Tulsa game, wasn't it?
So
and
the podcast, I was a Baltimore Raven. They let me go. I was at home for 9 weeks, working out, crying every Sunday. Tried out for the Browns.
You say crying every Sunday? Every Sunday watching it, saying,
every
damn.
Sunday,
yeah.
Every Sunday. It's like, if we got any SpongeBob fans out there, SpongeBob was with his little 3 friends looking out the window, with his little chip, his penny, and his tissue. Like, that's exactly how I felt if we have any SpongeBob fans. And I just missing out on the game I love, man. Not being able to show the work you put in. Like, that was heartbreaking. But God, in September 21st, I tried out for the Browns, which is my birthday.
That's right.
I got signed, so that was
Everybody remember that Earth, Wind, and Fire song? Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Yes,
that's your birthday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love that.
But, yeah, we're Cleveland Brown now, and we're looking to have just do better than we did last year, man. Getting to the playoffs, losing to the Texans, that was heartbreaking, but I think we got a big surprise for y'all this year.
Oh, fantastic. I'm glad you're there, man. You and I were talking all the time when you weren't playing. You went and tried out with, I think it was Pittsburgh, and then you tried out with
8 teams.
Yeah, and he's one of them. You called me and said, I think I'm going to be a Giant, or I think I'm going to be.
Yeah, but it's just belief in myself, man. I wasn't never going to not think I was going to.
Yeah.
I know I had to go do my job. I put in the work, and the rest was up to them. So, but God,
that's it.
That's going to be a repetitive theme in this podcast, in my life. We make plans. But God, and
because they're so much bigger.
Yeah, it's so much bigger, man. And luckily, life isn't about football. God has broken my heart to save my soul through this game, and I'm extremely grateful because of the lessons through failure, through trials, through heartbreak, that I'm able to appreciate moments like these, appreciate getting signs, the little things. So,
amen.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, jersey swap in the AFC Championship game is what we can expect.
There we go.
Right?
Need to, man.
Right?
Need that.
How cool that
One
is.
is going to be maybe in tears on a Sunday again, or one is going to. What?
All right, Shane. So, so you go to the Chiefs.
Yep.
And you're backing up Mahomes.
Yep.
Tell us what that's like, and then now you're backing up Josh Allen.
Right. 2 of the best in the league. And different players, different guys. My time with the Chiefs, I loved it, man. Being with Pat. And
where's your ring? Did you bring it?
I didn't bring it.
Oh, man. Come on.
I blew it.
Mustang Nation, I'm sorry. I asked him to bring a ring.
Yeah, I know it. That's on me.
He's on the next. He's focused on getting another.
Of course, yeah.
But, my time with the Chiefs was a lot of fun. Obviously, the Super Bowl win. And Pat and I, we go kind of way back in our backgrounds. His dad played baseball. My dad did as well.
That's right.
Just being Texas kids. So we had that connection. And I'm still a great friend of mine. His wife and my wife, Paige, are great friends. So we get to connect in the off season.
Didn't they come to your Vegas bachelor party, Mahomes and James? And
yeah,
I heard a few stories.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
You know the saying about Vegas.
That was fun.
Next segue. You know the saying about Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good time.
Yeah,
it was a great time. But you got me off track. But no, so things.
Some of that one, James.
Yeah, so things happened there. And I ended up getting cut after a preseason where I thought I had played really well. But
by the way, did you feel the same way James felt when he got released? You got released. You guys thinking, I may have played my last football game. I mean,
I was heartbroken, man. I really was, because I felt like I was getting really comfortable there, and making really good friends. Paige loved Kansas City, but just like James was saying, man, but God, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And just like I said, I was feeling comfortable, but God said, nope, we're gonna take you somewhere else. And I was able to acknowledge that, and he led me to a different path. And that was Buffalo.
You got picked up right away by Buffalo.
Right away.
I mean, it was like 2 days. What James went through, like 6 months of agony.
Right.
You know,
right.
you were like 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was able to get on with Buffalo, and I love it there, man. I love it. It's been a great place, great people. And to your point, I'm with Josh now, and Josh is so talented. And I always tell people ask, like, what's he like? What's he like? And he's super competitive, but he's as laid back as they come. He's a goofball.
Have you golfed with him?
I have. He's a really good golfer.
Little golf influence.
Yeah, man.
Is he really?
Yeah, man. He's a really good golfer. Really good.
Probably hits the ball a mile, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he does. But
you got to get on with him at that Tahoe thing.
I know, man. I know.
That's a tournament.
I know.
Right.
Got to do that. In the next couple of years, we'll be there.
So I'm thinking about your hook moving forward. So you're at UT, you leave, they go to the SEC. You're at SMU, you leave, they go to the ACC.
Yep.
You're in Kansas City, you win a ring, you leave, they win another ring.
Yep.
I think it should go on your resume, you know, because good shit just follows you around. So
Right.
now you're at Buffalo, and if, let's say, something happens and, you know, you get pulled to another team, you could always say, I bring a ring, I could make a big move wherever I go.
Right. It's just hopefully we can win a ring this year after we beat Cleveland in the AFC Championship.
I'm not sure which parade would be more Vegas style, Buffalo or Cleveland.
I tell you what, they both love they both love their football.
They went to 4 Super Bowls. They had a chance.
I know. My dad does.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They had a chance. They messed it up. It's our time. It's time for us to go do our thing. You know what I'm saying? We got the pieces. It's about to happen.
Has Cleveland ever been to the Super Bowl?
I mean, I think when it was like the
World
AFL, NFL,
like leather helmets and no face mask kind of thing.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Wow, so long.
We got Super
back when you were in school,
right?
This is our last podcast.
Second glass of wine.
Yeah.
What's the off season like for you two when you guys are in town? You guys working out, getting after it, all those things.
Yeah, we train like speed and weight separately, but we throw like we playing together. You know, like 100%. A couple times a week, and it's more than just like throwing, man. It's like a pass. It's hanging out. Like my girl will come, his girl will come, Reggie. We'll go eat dinner or lunch afterwards, and it's just a family environment, bro. It's just even when we stop playing and we have kids, we'll probably be doing the same thing with our kids, man. So that's like I said, man. But God, man, it's big, way, way, way bigger than this football right here, man. I'm thankful for the relationship this thing brings. This game brings, man. Like you can't mimic it, man. Like, and like I said, I know I'm getting off your question about the offseason, but like to have like guys that are still like your best friends still chasing this dream together.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
100%.
100%. I mean, you guys are going to be doing podcasts here every offseason.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, the way with the rapport you two have, I mean, we're going to be out of a job here, Billy.
I know.
You know,
it's the trendy thing to do.
It really is.
We'll do it in Paso next year.
Oh, in Paso for sure.
Come on.
Absolutely. That will be really fun. That would be awesome, actually.
That'd be awesome.
We could do that. You guys can like be down in the barrel room and you can talk about how we're blending, and you can learn all the language. You don't have to fake it. You'll know it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. That's a technical term.
It's good. It's great.
Yeah.
I got to give you some of the taglines, like you know.
I need them.
Yeah,
I need them.
The guys are really wow.
I need them.
Yeah. Isn't it that's a note you would describe it as? Like
What's that? Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
So,
I get a lot of tangerine with this. Just a little hint of mint,
Okay.
and maybe just a little dollop of lavender on the finish.
I was
So I'm
tasting
sorry.
that
This
too,
is all this. Where
Yeah.
Shane says,
Yeah, it's good.
I think it's a rosé.
Yeah,
That's what.
I think.
might be
I think it is.
Yeah.
As I look at everybody else.
I love it. All right. Well, so what advice can you give the kids coming into SMU? I mean, you know, we're getting 4 stars now. We're getting transfers from, you know, a lot of the P5 schools.
Yep.
And we find that when we lose a recruit, we're losing it to Alabama or we're
Right.
losing it to Georgia. It's just a different kind of thing. So
That is
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Man, work. Put your head down and work. Don't lose that chip on your shoulder